But it is good. As a life coach now, I have realized I sit on the table with 40-year-old people, 50-year-old people, 30-year-old people, and they look at me in the eyes and they tell me, I hate my parents with a passion. And you tell them, they are very old right now, they need you. They're like, I know, but I can't just bring myself to loving them. And you ask why? Because when I needed them, they were never there. Every time the schools closed, we were rushed in the village. The schools closed, we were rushed in the village. We never got an opportunity to stay with our parents because we were in the boarding school. But this is something that parents need to come to terms with. That as much as we want our children to understand why they should go in the village, they should be aware that as much as they are taking them there, they are losing the touch, they are losing that relationship. And then start demanding a relationship that you never created. A relationship that your child has no idea. Oh, mumeniacha peke yangu, hata hamnitembeleangi. In the first place, we are not used to staying with you. All we grow up knowing is that you don't want us around you. So inakuaje, once you are an older person, now you want us close to you. It doesn't work like that. Start cultivating your relationship as young as now. When I am a toddler, you leave me with a house girl. When I am a teenager, you send me to my grandparents. Now you have grown old, now you need me close to you. I don't know how to relate with you. I have no idea how to begin this.
Good people, welcome to Liz Wataka Show. I am your host, Liz. Karibuni sana sana. Today, by the grace of God, I will be hosting an amazing lady, a woman of God, a pastor, a life coach, a mother, who is going to talk to us on a very important topic. Thank you so much. Stay tuned as we listen to her. I will allow her introduce herself. Karibu sana, our guest. Kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
Thank you so much, Liz. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the Liz Wataka Show, and I'm glad to be your guest today. So my name is Purity Achero. I am a mother. I am a wife to one husband of a male gender. I am also a pastor, as well as a life coach. I'm a life coach, certified life coach. That's what I do. I'm also a singer. I sing. We have produced songs as the P Achero family. That's me, my husband, and our children. And they are on YouTube platform. You can find them there. And yeah, that's basically me.
That is you.
Yes.
Wow. The titles. My viewers, you see how we are going far. You've heard the titles. She has like 5, more than 5. But today we want to do with only one.
Yes.
Then next time we'll go to the other one. Karibu sana, Purity.
Yes.
Let me respect you. Karibu sana, Pastor P. I know they call you that. Don't ask me how I knew that, but I know you're Pastor P.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
We are glad to have you.
Yes.
This is Wataka Show.
Awesome.
Now, Pastor P.
Yes.
The schools are closed.
Mm-hmm.
Our children are at home with us.
Yes.
You said you're a mother.
Yes.
I know not you're a mother of several kids.
Mm-hmm.
More than 2. That one I am very sure. Tell us,
Yes.
as parents now,
Yes.
let us talk about now children. This is a topic that is rare. It's rare to find people talking about parenting. Parenting. Mm-hmm. So now that you're a coach, life coach,
Yes.
we'd like you to take us through this We have closed school.
Yes.
We are at home with our children.
Yes.
We are still working as parents. And we are wondering, now these long holidays,
Yes.
who will stay with these children at home? Budget is going to be affected.
Oh, yes.
How we do our things, obviously,
Yeah.
is going to be affected.
Yes,
But
yes.
they are still our children. Some of us, even I know, we closed schools, and the next day our children were taken at home.
Shall go pap?
Yes. Yes. So tell us.
Yes.
Just tell us. This, now that you are a live coach, tuambie tu kweli. By the way, usitufiche. Just tell us. We will not feel offended.
Yes.
We just wish to know how to take care of our children over this holiday, so that by the time they go back to school, hawajatuacha na maalama. They are still our children.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Thank you so much. Now, parenting during holiday is very tricky, very, very tricky, in the sense that when the schools close, we don't close our places of work. We don't close our businesses. Our life runs as normal as parents. So you find that if I'm reporting to the office 8 to 5, I'll still report, though my kids have closed. My business, I need to open from 6 to 9 p.m. I'll still have to do that for me to be able to feed my children, because that's the whole idea. I go out to vent for my children. But now the challenge comes in when now the government decides that the schools have to close, and for 2 months, and then they tell you, come for your package. We are done. As the government schools must close, we are done with your kids. Now it's your turn to stay with them. Now you find it's a challenge, because for me, I'm a parent, I'm a mother of 6. And raising them was a bit tricky in a way, because you have to work, they have to go to school, or they have to stay there with you. And sometimes you will be tempted when the schools close. That's also an option which works. We know, even as we are discussing this, we also need to balance the whole equation, because you find that there are situations where if I don't take these children to my parents in the village, then we are doomed. This is not just going to happen, because you find that there are these families who don't have a house girl. They don't have any other person who can come through for them to take care of the children. If they don't report to work, the job will end. If the job ends, then that is it. So instead of packing the kids alone, you find that you'll pack all of you and go back in the village, which most parents try to avoid. Then there's this scenario where you find there are these parents who they got these children, but in different scenarios. Because for me to decide I'm taking my kids in the village, number one, I don't have an option. That is the only option. But number two, there is also the hate part. I deep down in my heart, I love these children in quote unquote, but there is this part that I always feel, if it were not for these children, my life would be somewhere far. I mean, it's like they are a lock in my life. And since the society tells me I'm the one who gave birth to them, I have a responsibility. Now I have to be there and I have to support them, but deep down in my heart, I don't like it. So for me, when I'm given an opportunity to stay with them during the holiday, my only option is to send them far from me so that I feel like I'm chopping life. It's like when they are around, they minimize me in a way. And you'll find that, not to victimize, you'll find that these are parents who are not available, probably during the day and during the night. So when they are, because they feel like during the day they are in the usual workspace, but during the night they have this feeling of, I need to enjoy my life. I mean, this is my life. So there is no way you can just bump into my life and make me lose it. I mean, sasa nianze kukua mama, nikae tu hapo ati nalea na kistoking kwa kichwa na ka nini niko hapo, mama nani? Uko na chumvi? Niko tu kwa estate. I mean, I'm just there. There is that bit of as a mother, you find that you would want to go back to the girlfriend's part of life that you had before, that you just want to be up and about. You are in a sleepover here, you're going to party there with your friends. Friday night cannot pass you by, you are there. If you're not a church person, you are in the club. If you're a church person, you are in every kesha. So you feel like your kids are making, if you're a church person, you feel like your kids are stopping you from doing ministry, because you need to be in this kesha, and then on Saturday you're in that seminar the whole day, and then on Sunday you're in church the whole day, and then in the afternoon you are in that visitation of that you see baby visits or baby showers, or the things for the church. If you are not a church person, you find that you want to go for a sleepover, happy mahali, girlfriend things. This is December we are talking about, and this is where family gatherings happen, and girlfriends meet, high school buddies meet, college buddies meet, primary buddies meet. I don't know where people get those buddies, because I don't have my primary buddies. I don't know how people I need to come for lessons to try and get those links. But you find that with the demand of the society, as a parent, you get overwhelmed, because you feel like if I was not a parent, maybe I would be chopping life like my friends, my girlfriends, or my boyfriends for a father. But you need to understand one thing, that once you become a parent, whether it was by choice or by force, you are a parent forever. The best gift you can give yourself is a pat on the back and tell yourself, you can do this. As challenging as it is, you can do this. And then you quickly reform to a place where you can now accept to be a parent. How do you accept to be a parent? You accept to be a parent by conforming to the standards of being a parent. Number one, being there. Because if I don't accept being a parent, I cannot be there. And I say this why? Because when I gave birth to my firstborn, I had gone through a very dark situation in my life. And I was very bitter. I got married a bitter girl. Very, very bitter. Yani bitter. Definition here, deep bitterness. So when I gave birth to my firstborn, I didn't have feelings at all. Like somebody crying was not even supposed to touch. In fact, I'm wondering, why even crying? So here I am introduced in a world of a mother. And I don't have any feelings whatsoever. So my child starts crying, and I tell him to shut up, and he refuses. And the more I say "Sunyamaze," the more he cries even louder. And this is 15 minutes down the line, this baby is still crying. 20 minutes down the line, this child is still crying. 30 minutes, this child is still crying. I have applied the little knowledge I know as a mother, and it's not working. What do? I pick the child, I lock him in the room, and I tell him, once you're done, let me know. I'll come for you. And I go back in the sitting room, I sit down to watch my movie. And the baby is crying until a neighbor comes on the door. He's like, mtoto wako analia. Muko sawa? Ambia no, tuko tu sawa, ako kwa exercise. Exercise gani hiyo? Ako kwa exercise, because according to me, I don't feel the emotional part from my child. I try calling my mother, like, neza kuteremshia huyu mtoto. My mother is like, uliza, lea. Because my mother knew where I was, and my mother understood that I needed to overcome that situation so that I can be a proper mother. So the best part she could do for me was to leave me deal with the situation up until I outgrow it and become a mother. Because I was trying to escape that responsibility and run away from it and make sure that, let me just dump it to my mom, and then my mom takes care of this. She's been a mother before, takes care of the baby, and then me, I nice myself because of the responsibility that was coming with it. Now, this is what happens. The reason why the holiday comes with a lot of burden and a lot of challenges is because we never prepare for it. When the schools open, we celebrate. We are like, ha, mfungue shule tufumwe. Hata budget iende chini. especially like for me, I have 3 teenagers, 1 adult, 3 teenagers, and 2 babies. So when they are all in the house, I can assure you, because for me, I stopped cooking, like chapati, the 2 kg is a forgotten story in my house. Haitoshi. 2 kg for chapati is for a few people. In fact, they will come while you're cooking. Yeah, they will come while you're cooking. Like, can I have one? Like, it's a preamble for them. Like, oh, chapati ziko zinaiva. So everybody picks one, and then they're like, now let's prepare for a meal. And then when they find you doing needing one packet, they're like, atukuli wote sisi leo? Kuna wenye hawakuli? Like, no, tunakula sote. Hapa kutakuwa na shida. Then whoever came to consult goes back in the bedrooms and announces, like, we have a problem. We have a challenge because dinner ni kama haitatosha. And these are 2 months umepewa, and they love chapatis more than ugali. So meaning chapatis will go more. So if you open school and you're like, Fuchs, muende tupumzike, you're forgetting that they will close and come back. So to prepare and to cushion that, you just you start planning for the food they will eat after they've closed school. So for me, I usually ask, munafungua leo, munafunga lini? Then they're like, we are closing on this date. At least the school gives us the closing day earlier enough. We are closing in this week. They might not tell us exactly, but at least the week So I start budgeting. From the day they open school, I start budgeting because I know they're going to come back. And when they come back, it's not going to be fun if I don't have anything for them to eat. My kids can start eating breakfast and they're like, what are we having for lunch? Na muko kwa breakfast. You have not even thought about it, but they're already worried of what they're having for lunch. And while they're worrying what they're having for lunch, and they bring to your attention that we will go out to play. So when we come back, like hapo katikati, they need something. So if you're not well prepared, you will have to find a way to an scapegoat for yourself so that they waende huko. And the challenge is this: when they go, for me, I find that when I take my kids in the village, I spend more. I spend more in the sense that where they are, whoever has them has no complete control for them. So masimu zinakujanga tu, nini imeisha, sukari iliisha, sijui nini iliisha. So you keep on, and you can't question, because if you keep questioning, they will have to come back home, and you don't want them to come back. So you will, by the end of the day, when you do the mathematics, you find that it's not really economical when we talk about economic. But on the flip side, it's good for them to go as well, because it's quite embarrassing. Mnapita kwa highway and then your kids see Masai cows and they get so excited. It's like they have walked in a museum, like, wow, and it's just a cow. Wameona kuku inatembea, and they behave like, wow, wanataka you park, and then you sound so silly. Mumepark kando ya barabara, watoto wameshuka kuona tu kuku ikipita, wapige picha nao, ma selfie. Oh my gosh, and then they put on Instagram. Can you imagine? We've seen a chicken today. Oh my gosh. I mean, for some reason, it's weird. We can just do justice. We take them. And also, it's good when they go because they meet their relatives. For many years, my kids kept on asking me, do we have cousins? Do we have relatives? Do we have, is this us? Do you have any other people around us? So you find that it's also healthy for them because they kind of meet their cousins and they kind of meet a different culture, a different way of life with their cousins, especially those that are in shags. They kind of see how they relate with life, and for some reason it helps them to mature up and to stop this pettiness. Unajua hii Nairobi pettiness ile, oh my gosh, I've seen a cockroach, I can't sleep. mtu anaenda live Facebook because ameona cockroach ikipita. Anafaa aende huko ushago aone zile panya kubwa kubwa, the healthy ones, na zinatoa sauti zikitembea aone, so that aone okay, life is not just about this. Anafaa aende atembee apate mali hakuna taa. They need to visit that particular auntie where there is no steamer in the home, na giza inaanzanga 5 na unaambiwa enda jikoni pale nje, enda ulete ile sufuria ya mboga ilibaki na huko. Wamwambia oya, go and bring. I can't see, just try and walk. They need that experience. But as sometimes when we do that, we tend to overdo, because now we want them to remain in that particular state. Now, when the schools close, they are there. When the schools close, they are there. And as I began earlier, there are many reasons why we take them. But it is good. As a life coach now, I have realized I sit on the table with 40-year-old people, 50-year-old people, 30-year-old people, and they look at me in the eyes and they tell me, I hate my parents with a passion. And you tell them, they are very old right now, they need you. They're like, I know, but I can't just bring myself to loving them. And you ask why? Because when I needed them, they were never there. Every time the schools closed, we were rushed in the village. The schools closed, we were rushed in the village. We never got an opportunity to stay with our parents because we were in the boarding school. I heard the other day that boarding schools are being shut down. I don't know how true that is. It's just social media rumors. I have not seen a proper communication. So don't say that. We saw on Liz Wataka show, that lady was saying that boarding schools are being shut. No. It's just something I saw. But this is something that parents need to come to terms with. That as much as we want our children to understand why they should go in the village, they should be aware that as much as they are taking them there, they are losing the touch, they are losing that relationship. And then start demanding a relationship that you never created. A relationship that your child has no idea. Oh, mumeniacha peke yangu, hata hamnitembeleangi. In the first place, we are not used to staying with you. All we grow up knowing is that you don't want us around you. So inakuaje, once you are an older person, now you want us close to you. It doesn't work like that. Start cultivating your relationship as young as now. When I am a toddler, you leave me with a house girl. When I am a teenager, you send me to my grandparents. Now you have grown old, now you need me close to you. I don't know how to relate with you. I have no idea how to begin this. I have seen people advocating, oh, parents should be taken care of, parents should be danced with this, you need to visit your parents. Some of these children we are telling parents should be taken, the millennials, they have no idea. They don't know what it feels to be close to a parent because they never were. They were in boarding throughout. And some of them, the teachers were sent the transport. Anamtoa boarding direct akienda ushago. So they don't even land at home. Na tatokea huko, akikuja tutakutania shule. I'll come for visiting day. I am used to seeing you for hours. And now you want me to come and spend your old age with you. I don't know how to do that. When you see millennials rebelling, that's all they are trying to say. I don't know how it feels to stay close to a parent because it was never modeled to me. All I know is once I close school, I go to Shags or I go to an auntie or I'm sent somewhere in an institution to do a particular project or course or something. They toughened me for this world. What they forgot is they also toughened me against you as my mother and my father. Because the same way they told me I need to be tough on this world, I now grew toughness on staying close to you. I've talked too long.
Wow. Pastor P is on fire. Life coach. My viewers, we can hear. By the way, she has a lot of sense. She's making sense in both ways, and we can pick what is ours. We know where we are affected. Let us learn. We are learning coach. Thank you for educating us. We have learned, I can tell you for a fact, and by the end of the show, I know we will be better than we started.
Yes.
Thank you. Now tell us, coach.
Yes.
Talk to us about these children. Tell us how now can they balance? They are now at home. How do they balance now their life? Playing, maybe studying, and doing other things. How do we balance now?
Well, the balancing part really relies on the parents' shoulder. Because when I send these children on opening day in school, I prepare for them to come back. Meaning I also prepare for what they can do when they're at home. And also, I need to help them be able to know why they are doing what they are doing. Because most of the time we leave it on the shoulders of the teachers to panga them when they're at home with their homework, with what they need to do. I was also there up until I moved my kids' schools. When I moved them to ACE curriculum, closing day, you find that they return your kids like that. No homework, no nothing. I was shocked. I was like, okay, so what is going to happen? They need to be busy. They're like, now that's your part as a parent. That's your part. That's where you come in. That's where you put what do you need to do with your child. What do you need to do with yourself as a parent? Now you organize yourself around them, accommodating them. And but there are those schools that release their children with the homework. But then you find that sometimes we put it so heavy on them. You realize that because you came with the homework, now you can't even leave the house, or you do this. There's a way of we were schooled or groomed in timetable kind of format, whereby we bring our children. They have a timetable for the holiday. They do this, and there are those parents who needs awards, who need some medals. I mean, you walk in their homes and you read the timetable, you're like, wow, this one should be the president of this country, because the way they are being groomed. Wake up, this hour to this hour is wake up time. This hour to this hour is socializing time with your siblings. Imeko timetable. Social time with siblings. This hour to this hour is social time with parents. This hour to this hour is a snack. This hour to this hour is TV time. This hour to this hour is phone time. This hour, until you're like, wow, okay, very nice. But this is Kenya, and this is Africa. Some of those things don't work. Having sat down with I coach even children. And I sit down with them and I ask them, what is the challenging thing that you're going through that you feel like if given an opportunity, you would want your parents to do it different? And then they say, I only want my parents to let me be a child. They behave with me like I'm the CS of this country. They order until sleep time. Mpaka mtoto akona ile nini to show how long they slept. Like inamwamsha. It's like it's odd. Even sleep, you need to get sleep for this much. You need to do this much. Until their life is so odd that until they tell you, I don't know the beauty of being a child. I'm not allowed even to scream and shout. No, that's not ladylike. No, that's not. Gentlemen don't behave like that. Kids sit in my office and they tell me, I don't know what it means to jump on my parents' sofa. I see it on TV. I visit my friends and they are doing it. I want to do that just to feel like a child, but I can't. Because no, that's not ladylike. Don't raise your voice. Don't do this. Until a child, as much as the parents are dreading when they're at home, they also dread to come back home. They'd rather be somewhere else. And that's why those who have tested somewhere else and they're home, they prefer schools zikifunga, wacha tu niende. Wacha niende kwa mwingine, because at least there is a little freedom. Yeah, basically, it's easier for the children to manage themselves at home when the environment has been created. I remember when my kids were a bit smaller, not very small, but these other ones were preteens around there. The older ones were little preteens, and they were just trying to manage, and these other ones were a bit little. And you find that they had exposed themselves in terms of the PE part of their life, the backflips and what are the PE, the forward rolls, hizo zingine zinaitwanga aje? Hii tu ya mtu kufly tu na land na miguu, those ones. So I remember it was, they want to do it, but they are afraid to do it outside. So it was a long holiday. And I remember during COVID-19, it also affected us. Because now you have children in the house, they're not going outside. The estate has banned no child outside. You are there, you have many children, I have 6. I'm like, okay, so what do I do with these 6 children? So we invested in mattresses. These big mattresses, 6x6 mattresses. We invested in mattresses. And we cleared the sitting room. So we lined all the seats along the wall. We removed the coffee tables. We removed the cupboard to the corner, the far corner, and we left a field in between. Of course, we lost a lot of things. We lost bulbs. I mean, every week we were fixing bulbs. We were fixing glasses. I mean, things were, they were not, I have no idea how my TV survived up to today. It's still there, not touched. But these other things didn't survive much. But we allowed them, we are like, okay, this is what you want to do. This is your home. You can be able to do this. And my neighbors can attest to that. I mean, they have knocked that door several times. And if we are not around, they have called. They're like, are your children home alone? Yes, my kids are home alone. Can you call them and tell them just to reduce it a little bit? Because now in Iwanja, the noise is too much. But that one, we realized that because that time our estate was battling with alcoholism and stuff, and there was a lot that was happening in our estate, and as parents we were very worried. So it also scared them. So we had to create a space for them to be able to, after they have done their homework, after they have done their chores, because we usually don't have a house girl. If we have a house girl, they come for a season and for a particular reason, and then they are gone. They are those the scholars that come and go. But for a better part of our lives, we have not have a house girl. So they manage the chores. They do the chores. Once they are done, they want to have their moment. And sometimes they could just put loud music and dance and compete in dancing. And the neighbors will not be happy about the whole scenario. But what were we doing? We were just creating an environment for them to manage themselves for the holiday so that they don't burn out, they don't get lonely, they don't get suicidal, it's boring, you can't go outside, you can't do this, you can't, creating that environment helps them to manage themselves very well.
Wow.
Yes.
So managing them is very important.
Yes.
My viewers, you can try your way. You can also invest in mattresses. It's a good one.
Yeah. And also another thing that I know that can help is also creating for them activities. We also invested in indoor games. These puzzle words, different things that you can do inside the house that they can be able to enjoy. The problem is it becomes tricky because we bring what we want as parents. Because I love this particular indoor game, I want to force them into it. The flip side is just let them choose what they want to do, so that and then come along and support them. It becomes very easy. And if home is not a place where you can be able to do all that because of one reason or the other, there are facilities outside whereby you can go with them and participate in those games together with them. Let them sign up for a class that they can learn something and then come and implement. Like a cookery class, they go learn to bake a cake and then come and bake. Because if they learn something and they can't implement it, they get bored.